Alright, so as my post stated, it's starting to get a little expensive to do the shake. Oh, my kitchen's a lot cleaner. Yay! That's because we're going to be remodeling it a little bit here and there. Now, I put not even a whole teaspoon, as you can see, of olive oil, vegetable oil, because I forgot olive oil. And I have bell peppers, different sweet bell peppers. I'm carameling the onions. I have fresh garlic that I just cut and I'm sauteing it. I'm going to have tacos, but I'm going to have very healthy tacos today for dinner. So I'm just going to saute this just a little bit longer. Okay? I have onions, garlic, mini sweet bell peppers. I have 4 altogether. Regular onions, and a little bit of cilantro. I do not add salt or anything like that. So there goes that, and I'll show you the soap. So now I took it out and put it in a bowl, and I'm going to add that later when I finish cooking this. It's ground beef. It is 73% regular ground beef. The reason why I had to get this is 73% lean, 27% instead of the 85 or 91, because it was a lot cheaper, but I still try to do as best as I can with the lean. So I'm going to add that right now. Now I have added the ground beef. I put it on the hot pan. It's on medium heat right now. So I'm going to chop it up a little bit here so it can fill up the whole pan. And then I'm going to let it simmer for about, I don't know, about 5 minutes. And then I'm going to try it, and then I'm going to mix it and flip it over. And I'm going to mix it for another 5 minutes and then stir it for about 1.5 minutes by itself to get that in. Drain it, put it back on for about a minute to crisp and do all the other little things that you do when it comes to tacos. And then I'll show you the other process I do. Except for one key ingredient that I don't, because it's a secret ingredient. That's what makes my tacos so good. Now that I'm waiting, I'm going to make the salsa. I'm going to make some more, and I use white onion because they're sweeter and it doesn't burn your eyes as much when you cut them. I have a little bit of cilantro, as you can see. Make sure you wash it really good. Get all that sand or any other dirt or stuff that was the process of getting it to the store. I'm going to add a avocado as well. I don't have the avocado out here. And some lemons, and get that all together, and then I'll show you the end product. So I'm going to try to do this so you can see me. Okay, so hopefully it works out. Okay, ooh, that's a little bright for my taste. Hold on. Nope, it's still going to be on. Okay, well, I'm putting the avocado in. I just smash it. I'll do it better in a second, but just to show you it. Alright, pop. So I figured a little bit out. So then I did that, and so now I made it into the avocado. I cut it up while it was in there, and now I'm scooping out with just a regular plastic spoon, as you can see. Then I throw that into my thing. And so now I'm going to put some onion in it. Hold on. So here we go. So now I'm going to add onions, because my husband doesn't like too many onions. So I'm only going to put very little onions in this. Enough to make it taste good though. And some tomatoes. And I'm going to cut a lime in half. Ooh. if it lets me. Okay. Even with the Cutco knife. Okay. So I'm going to get the lemon and I'm going to squeeze all the juice out of it. As much as I can. That's all. See this? I'm going to put it in as well. I'm going to get it, and I'm going to cut it as best to my ability. So she would, I'm not a professional cook or anything, so I don't have all the tools and all the things I need. So I'm gonna have the lemon pit, the lemon stuff out of it. I'm gonna try to get more. I hope you're able to hear me, because sometimes, you know, the voice box is different from. So I added cilantro, onions, avocado, and tomatoes, lime juice, also with the lime grime that was inside it. As you can see, I put it in there so I can mix it all up. Already turned the meat to let that cook, and then once that's done and cooked through, I'm going to drain it, put it back in there, and I'm making them in smaller pieces. So I'll get back to you. So I added more cilantro and some more avocado, and there goes the finished product for the salsa garnish for the tacos. The other things that the onions that I caramelized are going to go with the ground beef. So now I'm draining the oil. Never drain it in the sink. Throw away the excess oil, or if you have a cheesecloth. I mean, chicken, frying chicken, actually, their oil is pretty good. But beef, as well, you can reuse it. You want to get as little, and so I'm breaking it down into smaller pieces. Make it smaller, but I'm letting it drain. See all that oil? I'm letting it all drain off. And any excess oil that was in there, I wiped it out. You don't want that, because there's still a little oil. There's going to be enough oil still left in there. As little as possible you can get, but you know you can't help it. And put it back on there, and then I'm going to add all the other ingredients. Now that I've finished draining it, as you can see, I don't scrape it. Some people do. But see all that oil? You're going to end up doing this. See? Scraping the oil with it. So, see it? You're going to end up scraping all... Whoops, sorry. You're going to end up scraping all that oil with it. So, we leave that in there. So, I put it back on there. And I just got some oil on my phone. And I put it on medium heat. So, a little bit. If you have one with the numbers, you put it on 4. And you see how it's cracking a little. It's just to put on there to any pieces that may have not, you know, but it's different when it's chicken, you know, beef. I like everything cooked all the way. People are like, oh no, well I want my completely, almost completely done without burning it. That's me. Now that I have that, I'm going to add that nice, beautiful caramel veggies on there. I'm just going to mix it in. Just think without doing too much. Now I'm going to keep that in there, and now I'm going to put on low, about number 1. Not completely low, but on number 1. Just to keep it cooking, but without burning. Now, I'm going to show you. Now, as you can see, I have very, very little kitchen space. This is my tools I'm using. This was for the avocado, and this was for all everything else. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this, let me get this stuff out of the way. I didn't use the third avocado. It was, you know, I don't need to waste it. Is that this I'm now going to break up. Now, as you can see, it says cabbage, green cabbage. Now, I want to put a shout out to the Wendy Williams show. She said, I think it was yesterday, that instead of lettuce, she uses cabbage. And I happen to like cabbage. So I'm going to try that instead of lettuce today. So, you know, I watch her every day, and shout out to you. How you doing? Now, if any of you in case are wondering why the shot is like if I'm sitting, because I am. This, as you can see, is what I'm sitting on. As anyone knows me, I have back problems, my legs and other things, and so I have to sit periodically, especially cooking. And see how long this video is. You gotta remember I did things when I paused it in between, so it takes 20 to 25 minutes just to prepare everything, and plus because I'm filming, it's taking an extra maybe 6 minutes added on to that, and then also cooking it and then prepping it after I cook it, and you know, so it's about 35 minutes whole, you know, for a whole meal. So here we go. This is the cabbage. Instead of using the whole cabbage thing and cutting it, I carefully cut the ends there and took it off instead of using a whole thing of cabbage. There's only me, my husband, my grandma, and my brother, so you know, I don't need that much. So I'm going to rinse this and cut it up, and you'll see the product.